So this is my apothecary. Herbalism is confusing. There's so many herbs out there. So I'm going to do a short series, A through Z, shelf by shelf, to go over the benefits of each one of these. I hope to share some great information. Hi friends. Today we're going to talk about mullein. I love this herb. I'm just going to straight up say it. I love it. It's a member of the snapdragon family, and it's considered a weed by some and a godsend to others. Native Americans and colonists actually use this for various medicinal purposes, from helping coughs and breathing to actually healing wounds. They used to smoke it, make a cough syrup out of the boiled roots, apply the leaves as a paste to the skin, and rub leaves over inflamed skin. It's helpful for lung conditions that can lead to inflammation or infection. So it's a really good remedy for bronchial infections, pneumonia, tuberculosis, whooping cough, allergies, a sore throat, tonsillitis. It's an expectorant, and it helps thin the mucus and phlegm, and it makes it easier to cough up. Expectorants actually help break up mucus so that you can get it out of your body. When you have lung and throat issues, using mullein may relieve your discomfort. The flowers and leaves contain mucilage, which coats the mucous membranes, and that's a thin lining inside your respiratory tract. And they coat it with a film, reducing the inflammation. Because of its anti-inflammatory effects, salves and oils that contain mullein can actually help relieve pain and irritation in skin wounds. It protects cells from free radicals, unstable molecules that can actually damage your cells. One study highlights that using a mullein stem extract combined with alcohol, so a tincture, was 85% effective at protecting cells from damage. Mullein has antioxidant properties that boost your body's natural defenses. It's an antiseptic, which means it prevents the growth of disease-causing germs. And one study found that it was effective in fighting pneumonia, staph, and E. coli bacteria. It has natural benefits for your lymphatic system. And another research actually indicated that mullein had antiviral properties too, so it's going to slow down the influenza, the flu virus. So if you take this when you have a cold or flu, it may actually speed up your body in beating the infection faster. You can actually use mullein as eardrops, and according to one research study, it may just be as effective as your regular pharmaceutical conventional remedies. Some evidence suggests that it may relieve symptoms of Mariner's disease too. But while mullein is deadly to fish, it can be very helpful to dogs for ear problems. And there are specific instructions though, so you shouldn't overdo a good thing. For example, if you're using a mullein leaf tea for dogs, you would want to give them something like 5 to 10 milliliters per 30 pounds of weight, once or twice daily. But I'm not going to get into that. You would need to do your own research. There's articles out there for animal use, dog use, canine use. Mullein may reduce goiters. It has a strong anti-inflammatory in it, and it has an effect in reducing glandular inflammation of the thyroid. It can be taken internally, of course, as a dietary supplement, but it also has the beneficial compounds in it. Can be put into a jojoba or apricot oil and rubbed on the thyroid gland area, on the goiter. And it works because the biologically active oils are absorbed transdermally, and it can help reduce the inflammatory cytokines. You can use mullein for hemorrhoids. You could make an oil or a cream, you know, a tea. So you would just want to take the mullein leaf, you'd want to dry it and sift it and add 1 cup of water to it. And you'd want to let that simmer. And then you would want to drain the leaf and roots, etc., out of it. So therefore you're just left with the liquid. If you wanted it more like a cream or a paste, you could thicken it with cornstarch if necessary, and add it to a jar and apply as needed. For an oil, you would just put the dried leaves into your favorite massage oil, and you just let it sit. And when you need to use it, you could use the oil on hemorrhoids. You could also use that oil for an ear infection. Mullein has an interesting effect that over time it could aid in urinary incontinence. It helps strengthen the bladder muscles, so it can support urinary incontinence when you have that urgency to go to the bathroom. So it's actually helping with kidney and bladder function. Research actually shows that the mullein can tone and strengthen the little sphincter at the base of the bladder. And it's extremely sensitive it's extremely sensitive to expansion. So once the bladder is stretched, it signals to the brain that you have to feel that urge to go. And the plant has a natural way to improve the tone of that sphincter. It's actually kind of amazing. And it would be especially helpful for postmenopausal women dealing with this issue. It's one of the side effects of being menopausal. Also, if you had stress-induced incontinence or cystitis, it would be very beneficial. As always, please do your own research. If you're under medical care on any pharmaceutical drugs, please discuss with your doctor, medical advocate, or herbalist. As always, stay healthy, friends.